Y'all, at this point, I just need to know, is this teen Nicholas Scratch? Could this be Agnes's son that we're meeting? I don't know. If
Eyes on me, apply that. Get it, don't be timid when you in it, apply that. Love up on it, live alone, need it. I don't want no trip, baby, spray like it.
Here. My name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related, and I am here to put you on, okay?
back today to talk Agatha All Along, Season 1, Episode 1, Seekest Thou the Road. Y'all, this episode opens up, and I'm feeling like we're mayor in Easttown. That's actually what it's giving. We know that just like with WandaVision, this was going to give camp. Okay, it's definitely campy in this first episode. And I don't know if I'm in it for the long haul, but I'm definitely willing to give it a shot. And so we're a detective, Agnes, right? AKA Agatha Harkness, who doesn't know who she is. And so she is filling in this character basically as mayor of Easttown and solving a crime. And we meet a woman in the woods, face down, okay, with black fingertips. And it's like, what's going on here? But they never show us a body. It's a Jane Doe, right? And so she's supposed to be the surly detective who always finds her man, but is, disgruntled, always on the chief's, hit list, like, just nothing good. So she's investigating this crime. All the while, we're knowing who she is and that this really isn't her, but she has no idea. Okay, so as she's working the case, the chief brings in a ringer, Agent Vidal, who's supposed to help her with this. And immediately, Agnes is annoyed because why are you bringing this other person in to help me with the case that I clearly have under control? She's investigating at the library and she's getting clues. All the while, Agent Vidal's character is leading Agnes to the truth of who she is. And so they had their falling out. But by the end of that first night, after the first day of investigations for this unsolved homicide, she comes over for pizza. And we are vegging out, we are drinking, we are having the pizza and opening up to one another. We've known each other, forever because we are two women in law enforcement and all of the things. Next thing we know, there is an unidentified teenager who breaks into the house and, Agnes is chasing him down. And, once she finally catches him, it's like, you know who I am. I'm like the highest, most decorated detective here in Westview, and you decide to break into my house. And then, honey, he starts chanting. He starts chanting with all of the witchcraft and wizardry. And yeah, he's trying to break this spell. Okay. And so as he's uttering those words, after that, we start seeing her kind of question her reality. Like, what's really going on? Where am I at? What's going on? She was glitching before, but now she is very much glitching. Okay. And so finally, she meets in the morgue with Vidal again. And we see the body, and we find out that this is actually Wanda Maximoff. This is the Scarlet Witch. And we know that she had passed in Doctor Strange, right? Multiverse of Madness. And so that's the body that really was never there, but what we needed in order to get Agnes out of the spell. And so Vidal is like, who are you really? There's two Jane Does in the room, but who are you? You know what I mean? And we see the library card, and that's when we see Wanda Maximoff's name, and then we see Agatha Harkness, right? And so she's peeling back all these layers of all of these characters that she's been for the 3 years that she has been in Westview under the spell of Wanda. And finally, she is in her house and she's naked, honey, like she's in the damn Garden of Eden, like Eve, butt booty naked. And she's like, where am I? What's going on? What's happening? She goes and talks to the neighbor. And he's like, yeah, well, you haven't quite been yourself. And again, it's because the spell has been wearing off. And so now that she realizes and remembers who she is, Vidal is back. Rio is back in the building. And it's time to fight because I'm trying to get it back in blood. She says, listen, I have a heart and it's black and it beats for you because I want you out of here. I want you horizontal in a box 6 feet under. But apparently Rio is not her only enemy and isn't even the biggest of her concerns because the Salem 7 want her gone. Okay. We find out that Rio is actually the green witch, Harkness is the purple witch, and Wanda, of course, was the scarlet witch. And so we kind of get a little bit of lore that comes out in this fighting because, again, Rio wants to take her out. We don't know what the history is, but we can assume that they had a deep history of some kind and that she was betrayed in some way by Agnes. And Agnes isn't a likable character, but we don't really know what the mission is going to be. We don't know if she's going to be someone that we root for or if she'll be the unlikable protagonist because she's always had a nasty stank attitude, right? And so they're fighting, and she ultimately convinces Rio not to unalive her because she doesn't have her powers back. It's not a fair fight. And apparently, according to the law, they can't. You can't unalive one another, right? And she's like, listen, it's fine. I'm not the one you have to worry about. The Salem 7 will be around here, and it might be better just to watch. You know what I mean? I don't have to get my hands dirty. And Wanda, narrowly escapes by the skin of her teeth. Then we see the teen tied up in the closet with tape over his mouth. And we see the bunny rabbit in the basement. Now, is the bunny rabbit tied to Nicholas Scratch, her son? Or is the teen, again, he can't reveal who he is yet. And so, I mean, it'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting journey over this season to see and understand who these characters are. Yeah, and I know in episode 2, we are going to meet a makeshift coven that she's going to need to get back to the Witch's Road to figure out what's going on and to hopefully, I guess, regain her powers. But you guys, overall, I thought this was an okay episode. Am I completely enthralled in it? No, not yet. But I know with WandaVision, it was a similar experience for me. It took me 2 or 3 episodes to get fully invested in the world. So I'm going to give it a shot. If you guys are into it and want to talk about it weekly, drop it in the comments below and we can definitely make it happen. But thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please drop it in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of this episode and let's talk about it. If you're still here, thank you for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all of those things, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.